Hello and welcome. Hopefully the sound is a lot better than the last video. I do apologise about that. I didn't actually realise it was so bad until I was editing the footage, and obviously with an unboxing quite difficult to go back and sort of relive that experience, relive the sort of first impression, so I left it as it was. There's only another video which isn't Warhammer related where I've had that problem that I'll be releasing in a few weeks or so. So just to give you an update, but I've set it back to auto and things should be a lot better actually. I'll be releasing a unboxing video of this camera that I'm currently using as the brand new camera that's replaced my over 4-year-old Panasonic camera. I've stuck with Panasonic again and really impressed with it. Now obviously I'm shooting in 4K. If most of you can't make the use of 4K, I'll just switch it to the 1080p mode where I can choose different scenes, and I can also record 5.1 digital sound as well, which is incredible, and a much higher frame rate. But I thought I'd just carry on with the 4K for a while and see how that goes. You obviously can notice the drop in frames anyway. I think this goes down to the 24 in 4K as opposed to like the 50 that you get with the 1080. I think this might actually have more, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm blabbing too much. Today will be the unboxing and initial impressions of the Gathering Storm sort of part 2, chapter 2, Triumvirate of the Eldar, or the Fracture of Baal Tan, as it's called. This was Gathering Storm 1. You had the Triumvirate of the Imperium. That was £50, and that was pretty much 5 models. I thought that was quite decent. And then the Codex as well was about £30. Actually gave this away in a giveaway last month, and the winner, who let's just say lives in America, it should be there, or it should be close to being there, so I hope they receive that. Anyway, let's move on. It's only been a month or so since Gathering Storm 1, Fall of Cadia. Let's move on to Gathering Storm Part 2. If you've seen the leaks and things, or if you don't want to spoil it for yourselves in terms of Gathering Storm 3 and you just want to wait to see what comes out in pre-order, skip the video, you know, skip it a minute or so. But I'll tell you now that Gathering Storm Part 3 will include, apologies for that, it will include Grandmaster Voldus, who we see here. For the Grey Knights, it will include Cypher, very excellent looking model, and Reboot Gilliman, just their look. Not really keen on his face. I think I'll probably have a helmet on him if I am to get him, but I mean he just looks so much cooler like that. It's just my opinion though. But there you go, that's Gathering Storm Part 3. Right, those of you who skipped that part of the video, welcome back. Let's unbox. Sort of 4 minutes into the video. It sort of looks like the same size, so I'm hoping the Codex and the box set is in this one package. The release date is today, and I'm very pleased. I'm always pleased when I get things on the actual day of release. So this is it, Triumvirate of, and now I used to say Ynnead, you know, got what you need, but I've since taken a lesson in Games Workshop's vocabulary, and it is actually pronounced Ynnead. So there you go. And I also know the names of the characters. Now this set is actually £5 less than the Triumvirate of the Imperium, probably because there's 3 models and not 5. But that being said, if there's 3 models in the next set, which has sort of been confirmed, then one would assume that would be 45 or 40, but who knows, maybe they'll push for 50. So you've got Incarn, Ivrain and Visarch. I thought it was visage. It's so difficult to look at a word that has, you know, ARCH and not pronounce it arch. So it's visarch apparently. So there you go. And then obviously we have the codex. Looks like quite a beefy codex. So there you go. Gathering Storm 2, Fracture of Baal-Tan. That will be in the next video coming up very shortly, but for this video we'll just focus on the Triumvirate. This comes in one of these fancy boxes, much like the Gathering Storm 1. Got to sort of open this correctly this time because there's sort of two flaps you need to, you know what I mean. Just pulls away like so, and get one of these. Oh wow, look at that, incredible, lovely artwork, lovely box work. Triumvirate of Ynnead. So the Incarn, Ivrain and Visarch. There's the rear of the box, lots of nice purples, Screamer pink, some Emperor's Children, even Dark Reaper layer paint there. Some nice Baroth blues and Sotek greens. So if you've got lots of nice purples and greens and blues, then this will be great for those. You can actually equip the avatar with dual swords. It's not sort of pictured there, but we'll have a look at that. If you haven't already, I'd strongly suggest you go and watch the sort of 26-minute video by Games Workshop with the designers. Fantastic. Really gives you an in-depth sort of behind-the-scenes look at their sort of inspiration and the history and the reasons why they've sculpted them and designed them the way they have. Base size seems to be a key factor. Right, so you get this wonderful piece of artwork, look, and this isn't a limited edition or anything like that. It's just a lot more special than, you know, you open a box and it's got a load of, you know, plastic sprues. They've really stepped it up for this Gathering Storm series. So you get another piece of artwork. Again, you could frame that and have it next to the Imperium one. Get the instruction booklet. So this is, and it'll have the rules in here for them too. I don't know whether it'll be the full sort of rules compared to the codex, but I will obviously explain that in the review. So there we go. So look, it goes step by step. Lovely sort of instruction booklet. Very sort of reminiscent of Forge World with the CAD. Incredible. Look, they're the two sort of daggers or dual swords. Incredible. And Ivrain. And a little pussycat. And then Visarch looks to be the easiest guy to sort of build straight away. So there you go. That's the instruction booklet and the rules. I'll be doing separate reviews of each of the models, like I did with the Triumvirate of the Imperium, and they'll all be coming out on Wednesday, along with the custodian transport, the Coronis, and also I'm going to try and get the review out for the book. Although I might just wait another week to get my opinions and things formed of that. So here we go. So this is the Incarn. Looks like it comes on 3 sprues. Just have a look at this, some of this detail. So there's the base. Sort of like, I think the designers said it's part of their sort of infinity circuit, and as a part, and due to the fracture of Baal-Tan, the infinity circuit, sort of all the chaos has sort of fractured it and caused this god to sort of erupt out of it, bursting out of it, very cold. It's very cold in here. If you can hear that noise, I've got a heater on, and that's not because of the avatar of frost, basically, but just because it is February, and it's very cold here in the United Kingdom. So we've got all these swirling sort of sol frost particles. Again, it's another one of these models that Games Workshop have produced, whereby you look at the parts and you're not quite sure how everything will fit together, how everything will work. But there you go. And then you've got this part of the sprue. There's her sort of head. Some more swirling energies. It's actually got some faces in there as well of the sort of Eldar souls. And then we'll look at Ivrain. Oh, sorry. This is the base for Incarn. Look at Ivrain, a little Durinx pussycat. There's a little head. It's a psychic type. Lovely detail on that sword and on the headdress and the fan with sort of like blades on it, and some sort of knives on the back in her back pouch, and you've got her flowing sort of dress and her bodysuit, very reminiscent of sort of Dark Eldar. I mean, and then as the designer said, no boots, no shoes, she's just barefooted. And then there's her head as well. So lots of detail on these lovely models. That's her base, sort of like a small oval base. And then the last guy, the Vizark, very sort of very Eldar-ish, but sort of plates of Dark Eldar. Lots and lots of soul gems. And there's his helmet with a nice sort of spike. It's a little bit bent, as you can see. That's probably due to the packaging, but with plastic you can easily sort of bend that back and even file it down. Look at that sword, huge sword. Must be almost as tall as a Space Marine, maybe, from top to hilt. Yeah, incredible detail. Of all the sort of swirling parts, and then all the faces as well in the parts of the armour. Yeah, look, there's a face there, look. Really got to look for them though. Yeah, incredible. So that is all of the models in this set. Great release. Yeah, it's only 3, but you sort of do get an avatar. That's a little bit cheaper than the Triumvirate of the Imperium. So what I'll do now is I'll go away and I'll be building these straight away. I'm going to put the Coronis on hold and build these straight away so I can get a nice review out for you next week on Wednesday. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.